So what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott. Of course, I'm your host, Johneri'O, and I'm sitting with the talented, Miss Educated Ashli. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Trying to stay out of this heat.
Oh, it is hot. It is hot.
So, Ashley, let everyone know, give them a little information about who you are.
Okay, well, I am co-founder of Girls University, and it definitely is an organization that centers around motivating, inspiring, and educating young ladies. It is all girls after school leadership and enrichment program. But we do tons of things outside of just our after school program. We focus a lot on camps and workshops, and we do college tours, just like we're here today at Francis Marion. We just finalized and closed out our first college tour. We brought some middle schoolers on campus, and now those girls are extremely excited about not only college, but possibly coming to Francis Marion.
I think that's good. And starting young, and so they can, look at their choices.
Right.
That's good. And they know what to expect.
Yes.
So where did this motivation came from to, begin, even a co-founder for this organization?
Well, I think as we were talking earlier, I have to refer back to my dad. My dad was very passionate about motivating and giving young people opportunities through mentoring. So I grew up watching him do this, and that's something that he passed on to me. And throughout my life, I feel like I had opportunities to do that naturally. I would naturally gravitate to young ladies, and I wanted to make sure that they were getting what they needed to be successful in their lives. So that's pretty much where it came about. Now, I say co-founder, and that's because I do have, I share Girls University with my business partner, Chris Williams, and we met along the way in my life journey and through Girl Scouting. So I used to do a lot of programming for Girl Scouts, and then through that I had realized that, hey, there really isn't a whole lot going on that's positive for young ladies. So hence us coming together and forming this organization.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, why did you choose girls?
Well, I'm a female, and I know what I was like when I was growing up. I lacked self-confidence. I stayed to myself. I was very quiet, and I really didn't come into my own until really I left college and went into college, and that's not the right time to be trying to figure out who you are, because what happens is you tend to get into things that you shouldn't be getting into. And so I want to start earlier with young ladies, so that's why our program starts at 5K, and we even do some things for preschoolers, but trying to put them on the path of being more self-assured, self-confident, self-esteem, finding out who you are and what you like, and focusing on those things. So that's why I focus on, mainly girls.
So why did you choose Florence? Or, why did you both choose Florence?
Florence is really our flagship location, so we're kind of testing the concept. So then we kind of get everything situated, and then we can uproot that same model and take that to some of the major cities like Charlotte or maybe Greenville, Charleston. But we plan to saturate the entire Southeast and then even expand further and make that more national.
I think that's good. Just testing out the ground, see how it's working now. So for a young lady that's, again, trying to find her way, with her life trials, but doesn't want to lose herself at the same time, what words of advice would you share with her?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. That's something, I just actually shared this with the young ladies earlier today. My uncle told me, work hard, when you're young and it will pay off when you're old. I carry that with me for even now. I look back on that. I'm like, yes, that is so true. You have to just push forward. That would be my advice. Like, you're going to go through things. Everybody goes through so much, but it's what you do in lieu of those things, what you do after they happen, is what makes the difference. And that's kind of what Girls University kind of helps girls be able to figure out. Okay, well, I'm going through a situation. Let me think through that. How can I persevere through this particular situation?
So, is there, what programs, are fostered through Girls University?
Okay, well, one of the biggest things that we work on is called STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. There's a huge push for not only getting youth involved in STEM, but females. So, for example, there's only probably about 10% of women who are engineers, and 25% of women are in IT. So with those minute numbers, we would like to try and increase girls' interest in that field. So we focus a lot of that in our program. We do a lot of other things, though. However, STEM is in everything that you do.
Right.
Whether you're working, at McDonald's, or even if you're working for a Fortune 500 company, you don't have to be an engineer or an IT or really focus in those areas. You can use the concepts and apply it throughout your life. But that's just one thing. We do a lot of fun things. So we've done American Girl doll camps. We focused on princesses, and we do princess parties. We have mom and me pamper parties, and dad and me hair school, and we teach the girls mechanics, so working on cars and
awesome.
Just everything is under this gamut of Girls University. No limits. And we just try to, again, expose the girls to things that they wouldn't normally be exposed to, because through exposure, you start thinking like, hey, that may be something that I want to go into. Maybe I want to be a female mechanic, and if they wouldn't have attended that particular workshop or worked with their dad on something, then they wouldn't even have thought about that.
I like that. That's awesome. So listen, it's everything. It's everything. A lot of versatility.
Yes, a lot of versatility, but again, we focus heavily on STEM because it is in everything that we do.
And it's a strong chain too, because in education, that's all you hear is STEM scholarships and
lots of scholarships in the science and math. Our facility and our program is focused around 21st century learning. Right, so that's like the buzzword right now in education. And with that, it means we're working on problem solving, critical thinking, and preparing girls for the workforce. So they're not just focused on like academics, which is great, but they're prepared to move into society and be functioning.
Right. We must say, now there is so many women empowerment sessions, and they're really coming together and standing and knowing their own. What's your intake or your outlook on women empowerment?
I think it's a great movement. It's become national now. Like they had the March on Washington for women's empowerment, and I think that it's very helpful because nobody understands what a girl is going through but a girl or a woman that has been a girl. So for girls to grow up like 5Kers or kindergartens or young girls now to see what these women are doing, it will inspire them. It'll inspire them to continue to take that torch and make strides in empowering women, because we've come a long way, but we're still not seen as equals in the workplace, just general in life. You know, there are certain things that women shouldn't be doing still, even today. So it's changing those biases and making opportunities available. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can most definitely say, you know, it's getting better. Like the transition is there and is being known.
Right.
So I really think that's really positive. That's really positive. So the girls' university, that's, you know, from 5K to, is it 12th grade or?
Yes, it is to 12th grade. Our after school program stops at 6th grade, but we cater to all girls. And then at some point in time, we will focus more on women as well, because it's important for women to get some of the things that we provide for the girls. Because, again, that self-esteem and awareness of who am I, and, you know, how do I hone that inner me, you know?
So one thing I read about is the creed. And I love the creed. So let them know about that creed.
Okay, so our creed is really just a saying to empower girls. It's a positive affirmation that girls, anytime we do anything with girls, they read this. In our after school, they're required to memorize it, and they say it every day. And it starts off with talking about I am motivated, I am inspired, and I am educated. And it goes through and it talks about, you know, I am the master of my destiny, I'm the controller of my life. And then finally it says I am me, because I am me. You know, and that's that powerful statement that when you wake up in the morning and you're looking at the mirror and you're having this moment with yourself, you're empowering yourself, and that's what's important to be successful.
Yeah, I saw that creed. I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so much inspiration and empowerment just through the words. I was like, you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. What would you say is the main thing? Like, just, I know you shared, you know, to empower and motivate, but through it all, what do you want your girls to get from Girls University?
I want them to know that anything is possible. You don't have to be limited by what someone tells you, what you experience, your environment. You can do anything that you would like to do, and that's what Girls University provides. It's exposure. That's the main thing, is when we're working with any young ladies, whether it's in the after school program or even the college tour today, we're exposing them to something that they probably would have never experienced, and by that little piece will help them see that, hey, you know what, I can do that. That's possible. I didn't even know that was something that I could do. And, you know, they find that they like new things. That's when I see that light and I see the girls light up and they're smiling and they're happy when they're exposed to new things. That's the mission of what we're trying to accomplish.
I'm gonna try to get some of my cousins, my little cousins, friends. Listen, get your daughter signed up. And how can you know, anyone get signed up or, you know, get in contact?
Okay, so obviously stop by our location. We are in Florence on Celebration Boulevard, 1249 Celebration Boulevard. And you can stop by any time, Monday through Friday, 2:30 to 6. That's our after school program, and that's really going to give you the core of what we do, because we focus on probably about 17 girls every day. So you can stop by, you can visit our website, which is girls-university.com. You can also call our main number. It's 843-407-7937.
All right, and all the information is going to be down here. I'm sure you see it. And you know, what's next? What's going on? What's going on?
As far as what's next is getting more girls exposed and getting more girls into Girls University. So if you know people, the people who are watching, if you know people and you believe in what we're trying to do for these young ladies, please get them in our program, or maybe contact us to work on maybe franchising our model in other areas, because we are open to franchising what we're doing. But we just want to touch as many girls as we can with our mission and what we're trying to do.
So I'm sure, hopefully that you guys learned something. Stay tuned. This has been Let's Talk with Johneri'O. Scott, Ashley, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.